Coming September 23rd, a primetime special, 50 years of NBC Late Night.
It's The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, featuring Kevin Eubanks and The Tonight Show Band. And me, I'm Ed Hall. Tonight, Jay welcomes Tom Hanks. The music of Alison Krauss and Union Station. And back-to-school products. And now, Jay Leno.
Welcome to The Tonight Show. Well, let's see, it's Friday night. It's about 11:36, which means Anne Hayes should be gay again right about now. Yeah. The weekend's coming. She has just been everywhere. She was on Conan last night. She was on The View. She's on the Today Show. And according to the Barbara Walters interview tonight, you know this, Anne Hayes is pregnant. In fact, this girl is so confused. She doesn't know if the father is a man or a woman now. She's so confused.
She's very confused.
So confused. Well, starting a family is going to be a big lifestyle change for Anne Hayes. Going from driving a spaceship to a minivan, that's a big jump, you know? Suddenly in traffic. You know, it was more information that I wanted to know.
What's that?
You know, politicians won't tell us anything. Celebrities tell us everything. Like, if you watch this, you know, Anne Hayes said the night she met Ellen DeGeneres was the best night of sex she ever had. She said they made love for 17 hours. See, that's the difference between lesbian and men right there. You see? No. Now, let me explain. Lesbians meet, and 2 minutes later, they spend 17 hours in bed. Straight guys spend 17 hours trying to get the woman to bed, and it's over in 2 minutes. See, it's the complete other side. I like the part where Anne Hayes said she was insane and from another planet. And when Barbara Walters asked her how her new husband handled it, she said, oh, he was very understanding. But see, that's the way men are when women are attractive. If a woman's attractive, a guy will overlook anything. So tell me about yourself. Well, I'm an insane lesbian from another planet. Really? Can I buy you a drink? And, you know, this new husband is pretty smart, because let's face it, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for her to ever criticize him. Like when she says, can't you ever put your socks in the hamper? Hey, at least I'm not an insane lesbian from another planet. You see what I'm saying? And if you believe all the newspaper reports, people were not very sympathetic. Were you sympathetic? No? Well, people felt she came across as ditzy, confused, and a bit of an airhead. So at least we know she's a natural blonde. If nothing else. In fact, it's time for a new bit we call What is Anne Hayes Thinking Right Now? Ed?
Well, Jay, today, Anne Hayes is thinking about driving to Barstow and smoking a joint with a kangaroo.
There you go. Smoking a joint with a kangaroo in Barstow. There you go right there. All right. What? In fact, today, even Gary Condon said, I'm staying away from that chick.
What, they have kangaroos in Barstow?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what she was thinking.
I was going to Barstow. Maybe I could go.
Now you got a reason.
I could go with her.
And this Sunday, how about this? This Sunday in the Oval Office, President Bush will toss the coin that will open 10 NFL games across the country. Who says this guy doesn't work hard? Coming in on Sunday? How about that? Yeah. There you go. Come on. That'll make up for the month off, huh? I hope the towing cost goes well. You know, I hope it goes well, the towing cost. You know how easily Bush can be distracted by bright, shiny objects. You know, I think that's Actually, I don't think that's a big deal for him. Tossing a coin in the Oval Office, that's how he makes most of the decisions, isn't it? Pretty much, I'll give it a coin. All right, tax cut. You know, it's interesting. We joke about this, and I think most people are familiar with President Bush's intellect by this point. And now his brother Jeb has come out and said these recent shark attacks in Florida aren't that bad. They're not that bad. Here's my question. How dumb is Neil Bush? You know the brother they hide from the public? The one we never hear speak? What has he got? And at the first official state dinner at the White House the other night, the president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, said he wants to tear down the fence between U.S. and Mexico. Fence? What fence? When they put that up? Saturday? You see anybody come climbing a fence? Not me. Very good fence. What fence is that? Hey, you know who was also at the White House dinner? Clint Eastwood was at the White House dinner. All right. In fact, people didn't recognize him. You know, they thought it was Janet Reno. Hey, isn't that... Anybody know what party Clint Eastwood belongs to? I don't know. What was he when he was mayor? Anybody know? Well, it's hard to figure what he is, because in Dirty Harry, remember, he was tough on crime, so he could have been a Republican. But then in Bridges of Madison County, he had sex with that guy's wife, so he could have been a Democrat. It's hard. You know, how do you know? You don't know which one. Yeah. It's hard. It's on the fence, I guess. Some big economic news released today. For the first time, our country has 150 million people who are considered middle class. The bad news last week, they were considered wealthy. Yeah. What do you think of this? A federal court today has ruled that prisoners do have the right to father children while behind bars. Well, thank God for that, huh? God forbid our nation's criminals don't get a chance to pass down the defective genes to future generations. You hate to see that extra Y chromosome just hanging out there somewhere. How does that work? I mean, how does it, does the woman have to stand really close to the bars? How do you do that? How does that work? I guess
I don't know, Jay.
Yeah. I guess you send it through the mail? I guess, huh? But don't try and fax it. That never works. Here's another bizarre story. In Illinois, a professional clown named Chuckles the Clown. This is a big story. Chuckles the Clown has been found innocent of indecent exposure. He said he did not know his fly was open while he was performing. Oh, yeah, tell that to the other 17 clowns in the car with him, okay? Yeah. Yeah, tell them, see what they say. What is it?
I don't know, the other 17, what?
You ever see a lot of clowns in a... Never mind.
No.
They're going to Barstow to smoke a joint with a kangaroo.
Oh, now I get it.
And here's a story that's causing just a huge controversy. It seems a high school football player in Newcastle, New York, has been accused of throwing a teen party at his house, where the parents were there. Parents were there at the time. They had beer, they had marijuana, and a stripper allowed the high school players to lick whipped cream off her naked body. Just imagine how awesome this party would have been if the parents weren't there. Oh, and that was being chaperoned. Oh, my God. Man, that's been some party. I don't know. And USA Today had a big story this week, big full-page story on teachers who have sex with their students. I don't get this. They focused on a 24-year-old high school substitute teacher in Carroll County, Maryland, who had sex with 9 of her students. Can you imagine that? Here's my question. When did this start happening? Students having sex with teachers, huh? When I was a kid, the closest I ever got was the teacher let me bang the erasers. That was it. I didn't get any. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get it. Anybody here? No. I remember when a teacher being easy meant you got good grades. You know? Hey, she's easy. Oh, I get a C. Whew, I'm out of here. You know. In fact, the teacher said in court the other day, the sex wasn't even that great. That's what she said. She said every time she yelled out the kid's name, he'd go, present. Here. Anybody catch the MTV Video Awards show last night? You watch that thing? Yeah. Really? 9 people watch it? That's it? Jennifer Lopez sang her song, I'm Real, and then Britney Spears sang her song, These Aren't. Different, pretty different. Do you see Britney Spears doing that sexy half-naked dance with that snake? Do you see she had the snake? You know, for a virgin, she did a good job of handling that snake, didn't she? Yeah. Is that sexy, a snake? You know, why do women do that? You see that all the time. You see that in these clubs and things, women with a snake. Does any man think a woman with a snake is sexy, huh? See, a half-naked woman with a pizza and a six-pack, maybe. Oh, hey, come over here. You know, the snake, what is that? I don't get the snake thing.
I like your little dance. That's all.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you aroused.
It takes more than a pizza and a beer, Jay.
Last night, Michael Jackson came on stage with the In Sync. You see that? Why, how'd they ever get Michael Jackson to appear with a boy band? Alrighty. I don't know if you saw the press conference yesterday with President Bush and Mexico's President Vicente Fox. How many watched that? Well, great. This will be real timely. Good. It's hard to believe it's Friday, isn't it? Well, I don't know if you noticed, they get more viewers now. They've started doing these press conferences in a new format, more like a TV game show. You know, they just want to get people more interested. Well, here, take a look.
Gentlemen, get ready for the final round. Which president of the United States has the lowest IQ of anyone who has held that office? Mr. Bush.
Which president?
The president with the lowest IQ of anyone who's held that office. I just said that. President Fox.
President Bush.
That's correct. Now our next question. Name 3 of the 4 food groups. Mr. Bush.
Drugs and guns and coyotes on the border.
No, I'm sorry. President Fox.
No solo fortaleciendo la relación.
Let's see, tacos, enchiladas, and chalupas.
That's correct. Now let's take a look at the score.
There we go again, 6-0.
Actually, it's 4-0, Mr. Bush. And now our final question. Can you pronounce this word? Mr. Bush.
Ojo, aujo.
Can you repeat that?
Ojo, aujo.
No, I'm sorry. President Fox.
Ohio.
That's correct. And you are a new champion.
Folks, we have a terrific show tonight. My first guest, 2-time Oscar-winning actor. He and Steven Spielberg producing a HBO miniseries, Band of Brothers. This thing is great.
I've been hearing
I
about
watched
that,
the whole
man.
10 hours. I'll let you borrow my tape.
check it out.
It's really one of the most impressive things you'll see this year. Tom Hanks, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Hanks is here. And 10-time Grammy winner. 10 Grammys. That's good.
That's
10-time
great.
Grammy winner. Alison Krauss will perform with Union Station, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with back-to-school products. Say hello to Kevin Eubanks and the Tonight Show Band.
Hey, Amy. New SUV? Yes, my